Hello and welcome to episode 29 of our Timberborn update for hard mode Let's Play with the Iron Teeth faction. The last time we kept building up our bot population and started migrating our beavers out of our districts toward Beaverburg itself. And today we're going to continue that, and we're going to try and get more bots built, which is why we started building additional factories and everything. So we've got plenty to do, lots to get done, and not a lot more time to really get there before this starts to get pretty stale. So we're going to keep on going. We got about 10 days left in the drought here in cycle 36, so we'll finish that today, go through another wet season and see what the next drought is, and hopefully sometime soon get enough bots built so we can have all of the BioBeavers here in the Beaverburg district proper and get that average well-being all the way up to 60. We're really not that far off. Once everyone is in here, they'll have access to all of the monuments, and I think we should be okay as soon as we get more books made. But of course, we still have a lot of beaver jobs to fill, 137, if that number is to be believed. So yeah, there's plenty to do, and we're going to keep on getting there. We have this whole area set, ready to get built. They just have to have the builders actually build it. And as some of you so kindly pointed out in the comments, I probably should have actually terraformed this instead of building platforms, but I didn't. So that's where we're at. I also had a suggestion to, instead of having the stairs come down here, bring the power down this way, and then have stairs connect all of this stuff, which is something that we maybe still could do. I'm not entirely convinced that's necessary, but it is an interesting idea that we could look into doing, possibly if we feel so inclined. But I really don't think it's going to be that big of a deal. Over here, I'm not planning on extending, currently, not planning on extending this past this set of bot part factories, because all I really want to do is have these guys making bot limbs, 2 for bot limbs, and then the new ones, one is going to be chassis, one's going to be head, so that we always have a surplus of limbs, and just build 4 more of these assemblers. We already have 2. They're just not connected at the top because they haven't built those platforms yet, but they're very, very close. And then we'll make sure that all of these get populated appropriately as everything gets filled in. So yeah, we just need more bots. That's really what it comes down to. And it's going to be interesting because we have less than half of the gravity battery capacity remaining over here, despite all of our engines. We are producing, if we click on power shafts, we are producing over 10,000, but our demand is almost 12, which is why I built all these water wheels, so that during the wet season we can accrue enough power to hopefully get us through the dry season. But we've been having, shall we say, a time trying to build more gravity batteries over here, just because we haven't been able to get these trees out of the way. And part of the problem with that is we just can't get any of the stairs built in the correct spot to be able to do any of that. So I think what we're going to have to do is just continue building stairs strategically, of course. I think based on the linear distance you can travel, we should be okay to just make another staircase coming down here. The problem is there is only a certain distance that you can go from a lumberjack flag, and the stairs count as 2, I believe. So on flat ground, looks like, wow, it looks like we got a substantial amount of distance we can travel. It's just, I have to clear these out to put more of these gravity batteries in, and it's just not happening. And I also have to have a space for them to land, which they kind of can't do, because look how much, even though this tree is dead, it still takes up, excuse me, the entire hitbox of the regular tree. So we're losing out on 3 entire blocks worth of height here. We have to rectify that immediately. So instead, we use all of our materials to build these giant staircases of folly. It's fine. Because I really just need these, actually need these cleared out. So the fun part about that is that I don't have enough space to actually have this go where it needs to go. And this is going to have to turn around again on this side. And this is a massive waste of resources. Yes, I am fully aware. But that should allow us to get all of this taken out. Just have to get this built and then removed so we can put more of these gravity batteries in. But ultimately, I don't think it's that big of a deal. We just kind of have a pain ahead of us to get all of that stuff done. But if we really want to have a little bit more power, probably should have expanded this. But we didn't, and it's cycle 36, and I don't think there's enough time left in this playthrough to really justify making another giant construction project for that. So we're probably not going to do that, unfortunately. We do have our bot-only district here that seems to be working fine once this dries out and our things are no longer flooded. Which I guess we could just fix by getting rid of one of these dam pieces entirely. You know, that's probably actually the smart way to do this, because we really don't need to be retaining water here. We just want it to fill up here, which it will once it comes over here. So I'm going to do the unthinkable and let water go out of the map on both sides. Now, will this actually leave at this height? Probably not. But this will prevent it from flooding in the future, and I know I'm going to forget about this, so that's fine that we've ended up doing that. So, if we come back over here, it is nighttime. So, anything that these beavers have done, pause real quick, I guess it still is paused, is going to show up here. So we're getting full marks on everything except shelter. Why? In this district, we don't have any homeless beavers. So why is that? Maybe they're not all in bed yet? They're definitely not all in bed. Okay, so I don't know what the deal is with that. These two beavers that aren't somewhere. I wish I could just see which two those are. But almost everything else is looking really good. I don't know why the food's not at the full 2.0. It should be. Coffee, we're going to have to do something about that. But campfires, rooftop terraces, aesthetics, and awe is all looking fantastic. And then, of course, mud bath, we maybe could make another one of those. Books, again, remain our biggest obstacle to overcome. Other than that, we're looking great. We're at a 57 out of 60, and I don't think it's unreasonable to assume that we can get that up to a full 60 today, depending on how stuff ends up going. So we have our 4 Lidos right here. I think we theoretically could put in another one in a place like this, perhaps. I might actually just honestly go ahead and do that. And then put this here to be a pathway across. Because that's going to have to go there, I believe, and then come across this way. And then this can actually be another set of stairs. We just want a lot of good interconnectivity, I think, is the goal here. Oh, you know what? I'm dumb. Because what I didn't do... oh, no. Oh, no. What I didn't do is I didn't take into account the fact that the Lido has to have something to rest on. So this actually has to go here, which means these 3 have to be blown up. So we'll let them take care of that. There won't be anything difficult. We'll just have to build an additional set of platforms for it. But like I said, nothing big, not a huge deal. Just something we have to make sure we keep tabs on. Now, why does this say it's not connected up here? Oh, no, that's the stuff from underneath. That's right. And someone actually left a comment telling me about that. And now that's taken care of. What we don't have is this final staircase here, which will connect both of these here on the lower level. And yes, we could and maybe should have this connect on this side as well. But, you know, actually that's not a bad idea. We'll just make ourselves a little weird worm staircase because why not? There's no reason not to do something. Well, there's plenty of things that have very good reasons not to do them, but this is not one of those things. And I believe that's going to get us where we want to go. Just a little landing right here. It's not the most efficient thing ever, but it does let us connect to this side as well. And I think based on how this is laid out, we don't need any more paper, but this would be a great spot to put another paper thing. Not going to, though, don't worry. So this is still not connected. Am I missing... Oh no, that's the bottom one. I'm dumb. That is... Why is this not being built? It's been high priority. There it goes. It was a high priority for a long, long time. But at any rate, we need to get people out. Well, beavers out of these areas. This is actually progressing faster than I thought it would. Excellent. So I guess we just have to wait for them to do that. That's okay. So outside of those little fixes we just did over there, I didn't have anything specifically on the docket that we had to do. Outside, of course, of just getting beavers over here. And it's going to take a while for all this stuff to get built, because we are also placing a ton of dynamite in an attempt to increase the storage capacity of our, I guess we can call it a lagoon, a lake, whatever you want to call it. So yeah, so we just need more bots, more beavers. Well, we don't need more beavers. We need more beavers to be here. We need probably fewer beavers overall, which is why we took out so many of these breeding pods. I did say I was going to put some more back, and I want to make sure we do that. I'm going to put 2 right there, so they're kind of offset birthing patterns. 6, I believe, should be plenty to sustain a nice, large, healthy beaver colony in an environment where none of them have to work and could just enjoy the fruits of the bot's labor without, hopefully, a bot uprising. But anyway, I digress. Let's plant the rest of this corn that we said we were going to do last time. That should help bolster our corn supplies. And then we need to think about expanding coffee. I'm pretty sure there's only a few coffee bushes, and there are some right here. We can probably pretty safely put a couple more in here. We do have our forester up here. If we don't have any more beaver lumberjacks, we really don't need teeth grindstones. And we aren't going to need so much water storage over here. So I think what we'll do, get rid of that, get rid of that, get rid of that. Put this in. And now we have 2 more spots for coffee, which are actually planted over here. Those will take forever and a day to grow, as they always do. Well, 9 days and then 3 days to get the beans. It's really not the worst thing ever. But I think we're probably okay. This is, of course, out of the range of the forester, so I can't put anything else there. Now, since we have constant water flow, I think we can reclaim some of this land for the purposes of coffee with our terraforming, which I think I would like to do. So I'm just going to put that there. Let them go get their dirt and do all of that, and then we'll plant coffee bushes. That sounds like a fun idea. Plus, we can watch them put some dirt in. That's always a good time. Ding, ding, ding. We will await the results of the terraforming with great interest. I did think it was going to be just a little bit faster, so can't always win. We'll come back and check on that later. In the meantime, oh, this is dry up here. Going to die in 14 days. That's not long enough for us to really worry about it, although we probably should be having more water come out here. I don't have enough, or any, really, in here to send down, because the volume of this hole is just going to suck up anything that I send over there. But one thing we can do, since our terrain is just about finished down here, we can actually shut off one of these terraforming stations, and we can have those bots go do other stuff. Or we could just lower the priority of the terraforming stations and make sure that those bots that are working there couldn't be better used somewhere else. So let's just add coffee here and there and just wait for the rest of these to get popped in and take care of that. And that should fix the rest of our quote-unquote lack of coffee problem. Although, honestly, I don't think it's really that big of an issue. We have a huge storage here. We have a even huger storage here that, once there's no more BioBeavers in this district, does not need to exist. The water we can keep here, because that's a repository for the bots and regular beavers that are working here to pump this out. But the coffee they're not going to need. So we can move that over here, or we can just build another storage tank. Not entirely sure what the best course of action is going to be for that, but what I can tell you is that these inventors can go bye-bye easily. And what that does is that opens up a space, maybe not right here actually, because we have the entrance to the dump for that. But we have an opportunity to create some additional space, which we could actually do. Oh yeah, we can easy. Yeah, let's stick that there. I know this is just a rat's nest. I've used that description a lot. But it's a rat's nest of just bad planning. Not canola oil. Get out of here. Coffee. So that's fine. Medium tank probably can be some water storage. Not that we're going to need it. Medicine, we're going to need that either. So that should work out quite nicely to have more coffee there. We already have some coffee here, so that's okay. All right, we already put the coffee plants down there. They're looking pretty nice. How are things going over here? It looks like good. They are actively getting these logs out of here. Love to see that, which means as soon as this leftover bit of oak here is done, this guy's going to get another, I don't know, a couple thousand units of your choice for power here. And then, excuse me, once the rest of these trees are harvested, actually, you know what? I'm going to put another one of these here. Allow them to get the trees with expeditious haste. Once that's gone, I will put in a platform, probably the rest of the way up here, so we can put another one of these gravity batteries in and just kind of snake them around the outside here. And that should put us in a pretty good spot. I did throw around the idea of putting another one of these deep mechanical pumps here to put a fourth one in. I don't really know that that's necessary, unless we just really wanted to be stupid about it. I don't really feel like being stupid presently. I don't know, that answer to that may change. But I think for right now we're looking okay. I did do something stupid last time, though, if you remember putting this water dump in. I wanted to see how long it would take to fill this up without actually building a pump over here, because that would take way too long to get the resources, and especially the power moved all the way down over here. But we do need this to get filled up in a more efficient manner. So my proposal for that was going to be just delete some of this, let this fill up, and then figure out some way to put a secondary gate system behind here while still keeping the ability for the beavers to walk across this. So I think we have enough time now to kind of waste doing this. If we get rid of all of these, let the rest of this water fill that up, I don't think it can get high enough with the current volume we have to pose a threat to spilling over. But hey, it also comes out this side in this dam, so that's probably fine. What we're going to do, and we do have terraforming bots, but we don't have them in this district, so I know this is going to be a controversial decision. I'm not going to spend the time and the resources to build a terraforming thing in this district, but I am going to check and make sure that I don't accidentally have one. I don't. That would be embarrassing if I actually did. But I'm going to put that up like so, and then actually put this right behind it to be kind of a two-stage gate system. So what that's going to allow us to do is just have this gate always open or closed as we see fit, and allow the beavers to walk in front of it, or the bots, or whoever's actually left. Which I guess I could and maybe should do it over here as well, but I kind of don't feel like it. So, I won't. But this is already filling back up nicely, and it probably will be reasonably full by the time it's all over. We only have 3.5 days left, so I'm not going to bother turning these back on. We don't need to pump any more water out that way. But I did think it would be nice to have a way for the water to come back out here, and it should start cresting over this little dam piece right there, and there it does. Get a little bit of a head start on refilling this, although we don't really need to because the amount of water coming in is going to be perfectly fine for that purpose. Just need to make sure this is set appropriately, and it is. Right, and we were going to put another water wheel here as soon as they collected all of this stuff, and I don't know that they ever did that, so let's give them a chance. Put up... Oh, they might not be able to get to it. Well, let's see if I can influence the positioning of this stuff. Come on. Alright, so we just have to make sure they don't actually build these. You can manipulate the position of rubble with clever use of things you can put down. So, it's always fun to do that. But if they don't want to pick it up, then they don't have to pick it up. They're obviously not required to do so. It's just kind of annoying when they don't. So we're going to go ahead and move this path here, which means this guy has to go away, this has to go away. This has to go away. Come on, let me click. Thank you, please. Oh no, that's not something I can click. It's something I have to blow up. All right. Let's prioritize that. I'm going to put this lumberjack flag back, though. Don't worry, I just have to rotate it 90 degrees so we can fit in our water wheel here. Unfortunately, we do have to wait for the explosives to get put in. But such is life. And here they come to do it. And there we go, blowing it up. So let's make sure this is in place. And look, it teleported all the stuff up here. That is perfect. So it's rated for 180 horsepower, hamster power, hooligan power, whatever you want to call this, per cubic meter per second. I don't know. I didn't do very well in math-based science, unfortunately. All I know is it makes power, and these make more than this number, so we should be okay. Should help us charge up a little bit faster. And I just went right past the area I'm supposed to be going to. These guys need to be bots. So do these guys. So we haven't technically gained that many bots, but the bots that we're going to get are going to be made faster. So that's a worthwhile investment of bot power, not manpower, not beaver power. Well, I guess it's technically beaver power if we had those, what do you call them? Not shaming wheels, that's an RCE thing. Power wheels, there we go. But we don't have any of those, so we're not going to call it that. But what we do have is this waiting on explosives, because we're spending all of our explosives making this enormous multi-hundred dynamite project over here. So what we really need to do is we need to be making more dynamite, which we have the ability to do, thankfully. And we're going to by placing 2 of those right there to use our paper reserves. I actually don't know if this district has... Oh, 79 paper. Well, we're going to need... I have made a grave mistake I have not allowed power to come over on this side. Oh, boy. I told you guys I was, it's not great. Not great at this game. Fortunately, though, we do have the ability to use our brains. And in so doing, take advantage of such technologies as suddenly remembering that we have the ability to do this. So that's what we're going to do. And then I think I can get away with doing that. Yeah, that does connect. Good. And then we'll just put in that right here. Of course, it doesn't get any power because all of this has to be built. I don't know why I even bother indicating an order that this stuff needs to be built in. Because it's all just a little bit busted. And guess what else I did by doing this? I blocked these guys out getting over here. So what we're going to have to do for that is put that in like so. It's fine. My brain works sometimes, mostly when it's to prevent me from doing something that will actually harm me. And in cases like this, I just end up making a dumb mistake and being entertaining to people on YouTube because of inefficient game design. This is done, which is good. I kind of want to put another one here, but I know I can't fit another wheel over there, so I think we might just kind of stop, as if this isn't already enough water wheels. Oh boy, what a mess. Let's pause that terraforming station entirely. Make that the lowest possible thing. And then, let's see. Construction-wise, it's already pretty much done over here. At least as far as stuff that we know we want to do right now. To blow this up. And then put in a Lido right here. They should build that soon-ish. Put these stairs back in now that it's actually a place we can stick those. And there you have it. Just try not to pay attention to the fact that this is going to be an incredibly fast, deadly, dangerous current going through this Lido. Just keep your wits about you. Don't try to fight the rip current. Just let it take you out and then swim sideways. Actual survival advice there for you. But yeah, I think all of our trees are marked that are supposed to be marked. These pine trees, we probably don't need quite so many, but at the same time, these treated planks are very important for the construction of future bots. And, well, I guess technically just the maintenance of the mine to get the metal. So I think we can leave those alone for the time being. Let these guys do what they need to do. Anyway, bottom line, this district now has 6 extra bots, which we can put to work here in the Frog Bowl by virtue of adding 6 new bots. Oh, so these guys actually cut all the trees down except this one, huh? That's really unfortunate. We couldn't get to that single tree. But what do I know? Drought's over. So what we can do now... Oh, they haven't finished this yet. Okay, well, when it's done, then it'll be done. Well, that's a astounding wisdom right there. Anyway. Please do not crash, thank you. We'll see just how much extra time we get with our water here. And watch all of these go. How many do we even have? We have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24. 24 large water wheels over here. That is an absurd amount. Truly, truly absurd. I wanted to put more of these gravity batteries in for the next drought, but I guess we didn't quite get there. We're so busy and focused on these trees over here. We let our hubris cloud our judgment. All right, so we have to disassemble now all of this stuff, so we can put in even more gravity batteries. But do note, I'm only going to disassemble this. I'm going to keep these. Well, I guess I kind of can't. But, you know, I honestly don't know what I'm doing. Just kind of pull this stuff out of my butt every time I do one of these episodes, and usually it works out fine. Sometimes I catch myself with some stupid stuff like this. It's just kind of one of those things where I don't plan ahead adequately. And then I find myself 29 episodes into a series, misremembering what I said I was going to do 5 seconds prior. You know, real big brain stuff there. But we can get this plopped in as soon as they come and get this. Oh, we don't have any storage space for the planks? Well, that's fine. We'll be alright. I'm going to put 2 and 2 here. Then we can build our gravity battery right here. Link these up. And then the next one, I believe, if I have this set up correctly, I think I can put one here and it not be completely ridiculous. Just slightly ridiculous, but I can actually build this first. Or actually, do I even want it? Do I want to do that? Do I actually genuinely want to do that? Because then I'm going to have this come out like so. I don't know. This is just stupid enough to work. It's fine. That's a good motto to have, right? It's fine. It'll be okay. Just ignore it. That was a joke. That is not actually good advice. Please do not treat that as good, fundamentally solid advice, because it definitely is not. So we need to blast all of this out so that it can go as low as possible. Fortunately, the builders can go all the way down here to get to that. Not going to be an issue at all. We'll let the rest of these come up. Should be coming up quite fast with all of these going. Look at that, we're making over 18,500. All of these working very nicely in tandem. We have even more stuff that hasn't been blown up yet. What fun. But we are starting to really amass some extra bots. So let's try and get that done. Let's do another 11 here in the frog bowl and assess our job situation. We only have, wow, really? Only 2 beaver workers? Well, I guess that means all the frog bowl workers are going to be gone. Let's just say a minimum of 46 bots, which is actually going to be a minimum of 55 to have everything fully operating. But if there's no BioBeavers here, guess what we don't have to have? We don't have to have... Oh, the healer wasn't actually doing anything anyway, so that's fine. We don't have to have that, and then we're not going to have mud bath, although I'm kind of tempted to leave it here and just see what all we're going to have to get ourselves into. All right, I need to let that down so the water can actually escape before this gets to be too crazy. But hey, look at this. That's exactly what I wanted that to be, an emergency little spillway release thing we could manually trigger. So that's cool to see. Water's coming out of here now. These are generating actually some pretty decent power. Should be ascending quickly, and they are looking very nice. We still have any beavers here? Are they all gone? No, we have one vacancy for a BioBeaver job. And what in the world is that? Let's find out. Frog bowl. We have... It's going to be something really dumb, isn't it? It is 1 water dump. Well, that's a bot now. Alright, so the frog bowl has been completely evacuated by our BioBeavers. We just don't have enough bots to actually be able to fully staff everything. We need 11 more, and we haven't made 11 yet, but we are well on our way. And in fact, let's see, what else can we get rid of? I love how there's snoring beaver sounds when there's no beavers here. We can recover some resources by getting rid of the temple and the barracks and the monuments and everything that makes stuff like this fun. Remember, in the absence of the beavers, these things are not necessary. And we can use those to make other stuff. What did I do? Okay, that's because I didn't have the paths removed. So there's probably actually a pretty good amount of resources we can send back into the main district by doing this. Oh, wow, we're getting, on day 4, we're getting a drought warning? That is, rough. I think we can pretty safely say. Medical bed can go bye-bye. Let's see, what else? Showers. Not going to need those. We'll put some more showers in the other district, don't worry. But yeah, this is a substantial amount of resources we can now send out, which is going to be very nice. Especially all this metal, that's going to be useful. And the shrines. And the Lido. You're ruining the character of the neighborhood, said the NIMBYs, ironically. But the bots don't care. And as soon as they can ship all this stuff out, the better. Hopefully they can, you know, actually gather all of this. I'm not sure if they will. But we'll give them a shot. Give them a chance to do that. I'm sure I'm going to miss something. But they should be able to grab a pretty good amount of that. Anyway, this district, as far as I'm concerned, once we put in the rest of the beaver bots, we shouldn't need to mess with it ever again. We're just using this to make some other components here. So that's fine. Probably don't need to have so many working in the district crossings either. Is it really only 4 each? Okay, well that's actually probably fine. Hauling post. Water pumps. I don't know if we really need 6, but yeah, we'll keep them. Why not? No real reason to get rid of them without a cause. Now, I am kind of concerned here. I don't want this overflowing. Wow, this is a lot of explosives. Let's just detonate it. That was very loud. So that should have been about 200-ish. And this a little less. But yeah, that gives us a little bit more capacity to be filled up with. Because we only have a little less than 2 days. So far, all of this is actually looking really good. Flooded buildings are over here because this is now overfilling. Alright. Well, that's okay. We're doing our best. We're doing what we can. We don't have enough dynamite to take care of anything. We need to be making more. Now, why do I have 10? I really have 10 unemployed. Okay, so one of them is here. If I actually have 9 bots that are unemployed, I'm going to send them over to this other district. 10, perfect. Let's send them on over here. We'll make the maximum 55 bots for Frog Bowl, and that should take care of all of our needs. Except now it says I have 2 vacancies. Well, if we have bots doing this, guess what we don't need? Another farmhouse. Can easily take care of that problem, which gets us to a perfect 54. So why does it say I have 55 bots and... okay, I have 1 vacancy, 2 incapacitated because they need to charge. And that's the other problem with having bots only is These jobs over here are a little far away from the charging stations. I guess it's not really that big of a deal, but it is something that we may want to try and revisit. But at any rate, the point I was trying to make is that this district is solved. It's good to go. We just have to be able to get everybody into these others. So I think what I will do... That's the wrong thing. I want to get this to be... I guess I'll just put 2 like that so it doesn't block anything. I need it to be a little bit more power accessible as this continues to go around. Actually, I can't put this here. Never mind, let's not do that. Because I'm going to have the what do you call them? Yeah, those things come along this way. Good news, though, is we can detonate that stuff. And then we can just keep on going. And going. And going. And going. Is there any more of this that I can detonate right now? Looks like I can. Do not get blown up. Oh, I killed him. Wow. So that idiot saw stuff exploding and went and walked out in front of it. So, Canwar, rest in peace. Pieces, I guess. Should not have been there, but I digress. Let's move on. Past that. So we should now have in this district... oh, good. The bots are being allocated appropriately. We have 118 BioBeavers. An average well-being of 54. Coffee still is kind of a problem. Books as well. But the rest of this is looking okay. It's looking fine. We'll get a better picture after about halfway through the night here once they go through everything else that they need to be going through. Now, we have a bigger problem here in Pumpington. There's a lot of jobs that need to get filled. We need another 70-ish bots. Although once we have all of these converted to bot jobs, we probably won't need as many. Because we're not going to have probably even half of these deep water pumps operating if they're all bots, because that means they can work twice as much. But I also don't want to get rid of them because it actually looks kind of nice like this, I think. To have these 20 pumps here. So I think we'll just kind of let them do what they need to do. There's the start of the drought. 17 days. We're not going to get all the way through that, but we will get most of the way through. We're already at about 43-ish minutes, I think, in total video time right now. So we have some time left today. Of course, I say that, and then who knows, this video might end at the conclusion of this drought. But before we get too ahead of ourselves, let's shut these gates that don't need to be open. Oh, you know what we didn't do? Is we didn't let any water out through here. So never mind, I'm going to open this one all the way and let this water flow through here down into this back section, which actually probably doesn't need to even be dammed. Okay, maybe it does. It is one block higher. But I really hope this will flow all the way through all of this. I'm not entirely sure it will. This is a very... Oh, no. This is a very deep hole, unfortunately. So... Oh, man, I really don't want to put a water dump here. That would just be... Oh, I can't have these oak trees die. 0.4 days. Oh, that's a pain. That is a pain. Why did I not see this sooner? Like, there's really no possible way. No, because that's a whole block down. That's not going to work. Oh, but I can't even... Oh, jeez. All right. So here is what we're going to do. We're going... Oh, I didn't want to delete the platform. Oh, no. Oh, no. Well, I promised you unedited rage. I guess we can work with this. That's fine. We'll put this water dump here. Make that a bot worker. Get that built expeditiously before all of these trees die. We're going to lose at least a couple more, I think. If we just splash a little bit of water here, these trees will be fine. Really, really should have been on top of this, but I wasn't. It happens. But if we can save even a couple of these, that's going to be worth it. Alright, so get this loaded up with water and dispensing ASAP. Okay, I think we got a couple coming up here, hopefully. Not one of these is carrying water? Are you serious? Come on, let's go. There you go. Good job. Get in there. Alright, so we lost a couple trees. That's fine. We'll get through it. We'll be okay. We have enough water stored that I think we can be pretty safe just dumping water in here anyway. So we're going to leave that alone. Now, one thing I didn't do is I didn't close this off. Probably should have done, honestly. This guy has no more need for this to be here. Because none of this is accessible. So let's just get rid of that, and that should bring us down to... Oh, we have an extra bot now. Okay, well, guess what? Extra bot boy can go back to regular Beaverburg. And then we can send him over here... Oh, wrong button. Over here to Pumpington. We have 6 extra bots. Is that because these are flooded? Looks like it. Are we still... Wow, we're still jetted... Wow, jet of water coming out of that. Alright, emergency water release to accommodate all of that stuff. Take it a little while to get down to where it needs to be, but that should eventually stop. Look at all this. That is just way too much water. Way too much water coming out of here. In fact, we can probably just get rid of all of these dams, to be honest with you here. We don't need to store up any more water over here. We're A-okay. So it looks like that has stopped. Looking good. This is continuing to slightly fill everything over here. Now we should be in a spot. Please do not walk over dynamite. Thank you. Yeah, we're making progress here. That's looking good. I kind of wanted to try, since this is already kind of lower, I wanted to try and pump water out of this, but if this is already this full, that would just be a huge waste of time and water. So it would just flow off the side of the map. So we'll just have to keep going. And just keep on making all this stuff. Now, meanwhile, let's check in here. Average well-being of 56, so it has gone up one. It was 55. Although we didn't get the record-breaking thing, so it has been at 56 before. Looks like we're all good here. Mangrove fruits. So we have plenty. I guess they just haven't been eating all of those. Coffee is still a problem. Where is my coffee making thing? Because surely that's automated at this point, no? Coffee brewery does not have coffee, really? Coffee beans? Okay, where's our gatherer flag for this? Did I delete the gatherer flag like an idiot? I think I did. Actually, I can promise you that's what happened. Alright, okay. Alright, that's a little embarrassing. But whatever, we'll put that there. That'll be fine. They can prioritize gathering the coffee beans that I forsook. I think that's the past of forsake, forsook. Forsaken would be a different word form. It has been 17 years since I diagrammed a sentence last, I think. I don't know. I don't even know if any other language study does that. It was just a very strange but kind of helpful exercise. I digress. We have, hopefully, these are no longer flooded. Doesn't look like they are. So we actually have 3 surplus bots. We're just going to keep on streaming them in here. Here in Pumpington up to 18. And as we have surplus beavers, we're going to send them back over to Beaverburg proper. And we can also try and look for jobs that could be surplused. Like we have all these 10 of the district crossing. Once we have bots only here, we're not going to need 10 workers in the district crossing. Could probably be fine with just 4. Did I turn the district center? Yes, I did. Okay. There's only 2 in here when we could technically have 4, but I'm not gonna sweat it. We still have 55 here, really? I thought I told you to go home, Frog Bowl. Oh, I hit the wrong button. There we go. Alright, problem solved. Which should mean this district now has 6, no, has 2 extras, so I have unemployed bots here, really? That seems unreasonable. I'm going to cut this down to say 4 because they're bots. So now we have 11 beavers. I'm just going to get rid of the minimum required BioBeavers and see what happens. They can either die and not get replenished, or they can just get shoved over there. Not entirely sure. We have 1 unoccupied slot for a bot. Slot for a bot. There you go. There's a nice rhyming term for you. Not ready to detonate this quite yet. It says we have 2 unemployed bots. 3 unemployed bots now, so we're going to shuffle those on in. Just go up to 21. That should send them on over. Hopefully they can... There's one of them. I thought. 2 unemployed. Alright, so we have our 4 here. We have our hauling post filled with bots. Other jobs we can start automating. There really isn't anything much going on here, except we have a forester. And then we have... Oh, this is already a bot, the lumberjack flag. Okay, we'll make that a bot also. Builder's hut. I really don't think we're going to need a builder's hut in this district anymore, especially once this becomes bot. So we can actually get rid of that. And we'll turn the district center into bot jobs. If we don't have any beaver doing cutting, we can get rid of the teeth grindstone, but I think we still have a couple over here that are set up to be regular beavers. So turn that into a bot job. Turn that into a bot job. And we have to wait a little bit now to actually get bots. There's 1 unfilled bot job here, really? I find that kind of difficult to believe. Alright, so it's almost wake up time. 56 still. And there we go again. 2 beavers that don't have shelter. So I don't really know what's up with that. We have fewer beavers. This was 130 something, I think. So maybe we're just going to end up with around 100. We have almost as many open beds as we do filled ones. And still fewer of them are reading books. What's up with that? So maybe we do actually want to put in some more of these breeding pods. Maybe I was a little rash in my judgment previously. I don't know. I wanted this to be free for something. I don't remember what it was. So I think we're just going to have to kind of leave that alone. I'm going to put another breeding pod back in. I didn't want to have no beavers, but I did want to have fewer beavers. I think we've accomplished that. Probably need to put some charging stations in up here. So let's see, is there any way we can make that happen? There's not really any good adjoining stuff. So what we can do, and come up here and do one of these numbers. And then just replace this power shaft turn with a charging station. That'll be helpful to these bots over here. So these gravity batteries apparently didn't get charged all the way if they're already this low. That's a little concerning. I don't know, maybe I'm just reading too much into it. Well, all we can do now is wait. You know, I have 2 more factories making limbs and we're still out of limbs. I really do not understand how that's possible at all. If they all take the exact same amount of time to make, it really should not even be possible. Not in the slightest. So let's turn those hauler prioritizations on. For all of these. Maybe that will help. I don't know. Oh, we're running out of gears. That also shouldn't be possible, but I guess it is. Seems we have made many mistakes in our resource allocation. Now, if I want to extend this, I really should just terraform the rest of this up. But the problem is, I have to get them down here to start it, or just have this entire thing gone. And I don't think anybody has the patience for that. So it... oh boy, it is going to be a pain to do that, though. So you know what? We got time. I think I will start... I can't really get rid of these, can I? No. We'll put that there, and I'll just fill... just so we can say we did part of this, at least. I'll just fill all of this with dirt. And that can be our little fun treat of the day. To put in a bunch of mined dirt down in a hole. Or it's like, what's the universal law of the beach? If there's more than one guy on a beach, they have to start digging a hole in the sand. But they never know why. It just has to be a hole, it has to be dug, and it has to be huge. Never really understood that. But it's a funny meme, so we'll go with it anyway. So on top of that, once that's finished, we can start building some other space for some of these guys to go into. Oh, I want the single layer. So what we can do here is we can put in some more construction for gears. We have plenty of planks. So I'll just put those guys right there. And they are going to have to be bot jobs, which we don't currently have any extras of. But we'll survive anyway. We'll be fine. We got some time. So these guys should be... yes, charge yourself. Good job. Should be okay. What I should have done, actually, is I should have put in some charging here, but we'll be fine without all of that. We just got to get the rest of this stuff put in here. So they're going to have to actually put in dirt so they can get to the additional dirt. That's too much. That's too much. So we actually hit a roadblock with the gears. I did not think that was going to be the problem. So I wonder if there's any way we can get... They have not done anything with this. I thought they were going... Oh, there's no storage. That's why. So let's check out our distribution here for Frog Bowl. We don't need to always import wood or logs. We need to turn all of this stuff to be neutral, especially the food. We don't need to store any of that there. The rest of this, yeah. I think that's going to get us, well, closer at least. So anyway, I was coming in here to check our resources. We have 297 logs. We have 1 gear. Oh boy. Now I have this set up to be making a gear. I just don't know. Do I want to actually build more construction here? I don't think I do. I think this was just put in so we could have some sort of something going on here. We're just going to kind of have to roll with it. Now I have to be able to see this dynamite to detonate it. And then, of course, before they can go down on top of it, I'll put more down. Should still be able to get down into it. But now they've got another little bit of electricity, not electricity, mechanical potential energy turned into rotational energy, turned into whatever these things do. I don't know. Physics was a long time ago. All I know is it's cool. Now, why are we not cutting these trees down? Is it because we have full storage of logs? Yeah, we actually kind of are getting full in that. And we can't make any more bots until we have more gears. And we can't get any more gears until we have more everything else built. This is why this stuff takes a long time. So I think we're getting to a pretty natural stopping point for today. Just based on the fact that there's really not that much more we can be doing. But we did fully automate the Frog Bowl district. There are no more beavers there. And now we just have 70-ish over there in Pumpington to get over into the main district. And then we'll be all good to go. I don't know if we can finish this one in the next episode for an even 30. But we're going to do what we can. We did get a lot of this stuff done, though, so can't be too upset about things. We just have to be a little bit better at seeing oncoming resource shortages with the stuff like the gears. So let's just detonate a few things before we say goodbye today. Always good fun. I thought we'd put in some over here. I guess we hadn't. Well, we can at the very least start working on this stuff. Alright, so our average well-being has gotten a little lower, which shouldn't really be happening, but I guess... oh, well, that's a function of having half the beavers not working and it not being the end of the workday yet. But once we get everything else figured out, we should be okay. Just got to get some more beavers built, which requires more gears, which requires, unfortunately, we put some of our regular beavers back to work in the factories, but not for too long. Should be able to catch up, hopefully with the addition of the 4-gear workshops. It's going to be dependent on how quick our terraforming can happen, because they got all sorts of stuff to do to make that happen. That's going to be quite the journey. We'll pick that back up again next time, of course. Just want to get a little bit more stuff blown up here. Very, very good. All right. So yeah, that is going to be it for today. As always, thanks for being here. I appreciate you. Hope you are having a fantastic day. So we'll, of course, have more of this series again on Tuesday next week. Might be the end, might not. We'll see. We still have a couple of things left to do, but we are very, very close to finishing and putting a bow on this one once and for all. So thanks for being here for this whole time. If you have watched every single episode, that is, by my count, about 40 or 45 hours of just this playthrough. You could be doing anything else with your life and you choose to spend a little bit of time with me. I appreciate it, as always, and especially the beard boosters who make this stuff possible behind the scenes with their contributions. You can see their names on the screen. If you want to be part of that, there's info in the description, but you are never, ever obligated to do anything, not even watch these videos. So just you being here is enough, and I am glad you're here once again. But yeah, we will see you tomorrow for another episode of Ostriv, and then over the weekend for our regular live streams there. But after that, we're going to get into some fun other stuff. Finally, it's been a very, very long time coming. But having these two Timberborn series between this one and the Drowned Nightmare mode very, very close to the end, it means we can free up some time slots for some other fun stuff. And Kingdoms Reborn's pretty close too. I think next week's episode might be the last one for that, depending on how that goes. So we're going to have a whole lot of time open up. Going to start a new Timberborn series, of course. But also finally going to get into some of the stuff the beard boosters have been helping me formulate behind the scenes and contributing to me having the time to do that stuff too, which is very, very appreciated. But anyway, that's all we got. Have fun. Stay safe. We'll see you later. Bye-bye.